What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into some more Anno 1800. All right, so as promised, we are going to be doing some massive work over here on Monet today. I am ready to get this city kind of finished getting it fleshed out and getting it set up how I want. I want to get the rest of the main part of the city here built up and start working our way into what's left. We don't have much more to go, really. The city's about halfway done, and I think I'm going to be able to fairly well fill in the rest of the blanks and stuff today and get it all taken care of. So I think what we talked about in the last episode was probably doing the city right about up into this, about halfway through here would be like the main part of the city with the investors and engineers, and then fade off into some artisans, workers, and farmers over here, and then some workers on this will be like another little industrial dock area right there. And then farmers and stuff down here for this part right there. I think. I don't know if I'll have a lot of farmers. I know I've got some down here. I may end up making them all workers. I don't know. We'll see. Just to kind of finish this island off, because I'm ready to get back to Crown Falls here shortly. We've kind of been stuck at around 200,000 population for a little while, and I am ready to get through this and hurry up and start getting our population up and running. The series is going on, getting close to 30 episodes now. So I'm ready to kind of get this going and get this series wrapped up, hopefully at some point soon, because I don't want this carrying on for 80 or 90 episodes. Who wants to sit through that? No one wants to sit through that much. So I want to get this get this taking off pretty quickly and move on to some other projects I want to do. So with that, I think I'm going to do a quick cut and let me get a layout going. We'll come back and take a look at it. All right, let's take a quick look and see what I've got going on here. As you guys I have expanded the city out quite a bit over this way past our bank. And I've made this, I'm still working on it, but I made this like whole market plaza thing going on back over here that I think is kind of fun. Although, of course, I don't need a marketplace because this is going to be investors and engineers. I still think it looks kind of cool. This, of course, is from the Vibrant Cities DLC pack for this big market. And I added in some other stuff from like the, what is this one? The pedestrian zone. The pedestrian zone pack with that market hall right there. I may put the top, the different top on it right there. Got that, and just some market stalls. Just something kind of interesting looking. And I'm making a little town hall area right here. Starting to work in some of our other hotels. I got another hotel in right here to add that in. The restaurant is over here. I'm not really caring how far it is from the hotels. So I kind of place it where I want. This is going to give me the most bang for my buck, really, for bread and canned food over in this little section right here. I could shift him over just a little bit so he covers more of that right there as well if I wanted to, but I kind of like him right there where he's at. I might add another restaurant down here. I am working my way towards that 2200 attractiveness that I've got to have in order to get rid of the penalty right here, so I don't have to build another hotel. That way I'll have just enough tourists for 2 restaurants, one over here and one over here. Again, they're just going to do the fish and chips recipe and call that a day. Working on, and I think, yeah, he's about 5 minutes away. I've been working on some more sets. I am getting the Thule Relics set right here. This is going to give us more attractiveness from themed exhibitions. Over on this one right here, we are doing the Arctic Tundra for attractiveness from our public moorings, and then the Polar Circle, which gives me, what was it again? I always forget. Oh, right. Cloth Industries plus 25%. So our framework knitters and our fur dealers will produce a little bit more. Up here, I did make our little zoo up here, finally. Just a small, simple zoo. It's got the taiga forest for some reduced needs and the luminaries. 4+3 attractiveness from all sorts of different public buildings right there, as well as some restaurants. So that's giving us a little bit of attractiveness, and I kind of like this little, it's just a very simple zoo. It's even a nice little lookout, looking out over the ocean back towards our other islands. Very nice little simple zoo. First time I've ever actually incorporated some of the tourist season DLC stuff into a zoo with souvenirs and little souvenir shops. I just felt like it fits. It's a zoo. They're going to have souvenirs, so kind of fit in some of that right there just to spice it up a little bit more. Finishing up our World's Fair, I'm getting that right there built. We're almost done with Phase 4. We'll be heading on to the final phase. That's going to give us another 150 attractiveness as well. So pretty happy with that. And yeah, just continuing to expand a little bit. Getting everything upgraded so I can see where I want to kind of fizzle everything out, basically, and where I want it to kind of start ending. I've got a couple of town halls. I've got one here, and I've got one over here. This right here is for that hotel specifically. This one over here is just going to be for people. I'm not sure what all I'm going to put in it just yet. We do, of course, have an actor. Actor is one of the more crucial ones because I don't want to have a lot of canned food stuff having to be produced, so it's helping out a lot. My plan at the moment is to kind of get everything in place, get everyone upgraded where it needs to be, at least for the high-level stuff. You know, our artisans, engineers, and investors. And then I'll go back and fill in the production I have to have, and then work in the rest of the city around that right there. So I'm going to cut away again, do a little more expansion, do a little more building, and we'll see what happens in the next one. All right, let's take a look and see what I've been up to here. We've gotten this little corner of the city over here finally completely fleshed out, and I'm about ready to start doing some major upgrades here. I do, again, as always, need more building material. That is just a constant, isn't it? A constant supply of building material need to be brought down. But it is getting there finally. A little bit more here, maybe a little more brick would not hurt. Maybe some steel. I think that would be decent. Yeah, we're researching a few more people. I'm going to go ahead and turn him back on now. I had him turned off. I was kind of mucking around with a couple of things. But I kind of decided not to muck around with what I was doing. So we're just going to chew through this little bit of steel. I'm not worried about it being... you know, I'm undersupplying steel bars right now, but this is the only thing I need steel for. So I'm not really worried about it, because once I'm done with those, I'll just turn that thing off. I'm not going to need it anymore. So yeah, we got this side of the city right here going. Just keep upgrading these workers into artisans. And this is going to kind of do a handful of engineers kind of mixed in with this, and then mostly artisans. It is a very tightly compacted little corner right here, just because I didn't want to get all this stuff over here, these farms and zoos. So I kind of have a very tightly compacted and slightly decorated up little zoo and museum right here. Nothing special, although this is kind of a fun one. Since this is the Thule relics, and it's all Arctic-y and stuff, I decided to use the Christmas ornaments to decorate it with, just because why not? I never use the Christmas ornaments hardly, so, you know, hey, we've got some Christmassy stuff. We got a wintry thing going on here, so let's use the Christmas. And then, yeah, just a really tightly compacted zoo that I had to squeeze in there a little bit. It's not the prettiest thing, but it will work for our purposes here. Got all those houses put in, and pretty much all of the production set up that I need. Everything is supplied. We've got a little excess of everything. Again, not worrying about luxury goods that I'm not going to worry about producing, like penny farthings. The only thing that I am not producing really is steam carriages. We have a handful of steam carriages. Oh, I'm not doing coffee. I think I was waiting on something for that, wasn't I? Or was I not? I don't know. Let's turn coffee back on. I forgot I had that turned off. Turn coffee back on and see where my coffee is at now. It's not bad. We can put another... Oh, wait. That's right. Yeah, here we go. All right. Get that in there. Double check this. This is down just a little bit. Can I boost this by 50% and get some more out of it? I can. It's just enough, and grain is a little. It's literally just a touch. It's just a touch under. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this guy over to here, because I've got our grapes being made right here with a trade union with a metal winning producer, which I love this guy right here. He's so nice. As well as the miraculous steel plow, which is Pog, and a superphosphate fertilizer, which is also pretty handy. So we're going to go ahead and just get all of that. That ought to take care of my grain. Yeah, that takes care of the grain situation. So that's good. So that's all of our coffee needs being met here. So that is really nice. As well as extra chocolate. So we are not having to have chocolate brought in, having to have the chocolate brought in from the New World at all. It is all being produced right here locally. Gramophones are being made. I did have a gramophone factory built, but we're not using it. It's being made from these 2 sewing machine factories. Now, one little thing right here. I can actually make enough steam carriages from the light bulb factory if I want to. I did test it. I can get it. Can't build it. Where's someone with some timber? Yeah, here we go. So, if I upgrade him, take a look. I can just enough make, or I can make just enough from these 2 light bulb factories to fulfill the steam carriages. My problem is actually coming from filaments. Okay, problem is coming from the filaments themselves. I have the filament factories kind of boosted up as best as I can get them at the moment. But if I add another filament factory in, I'm afraid it's going to hit my coal, because I'm not making a lot of coal. See what happens here. Ooh, it's just right on the money, isn't it, actually? I could increase coal as well. Just to make sure I'm producing enough. And that's actually a little bit too much. Don't worry about the iron. As you notice that I was crafting some items, I'm getting ready to boost our iron output. Actually, that would work. That would work, and that would give me enough steam carriages now for... I'm not going to have any more investors on this island. We're done with investors here. I've got almost 7,000, so I'm happy with that number. And that's good. That's actually perfect. How many... I barely need any cigars. I can go and start buying cigars from Madame Kahina, and we can fulfill all of their needs, and we will have all the basic needs for all of the different tiers on this island locally supplied. Okay, locally supplied. Just to prove to you that we have nothing else coming to this island. We have some building material being brought down here. So that's, that's its own thing. Other than that, nothing is being supplied to that island. It is really nice. I love the fact that we don't have to do anything here. Again, just as one trade route, picking up excess bread, sewing machines, and light bulbs. Bread because of the coffee. Because of, actually, I just thought of that. I should also pick up coffee. Here's something I bet you never thought you'd see anyone do, and that is sell excess coffee. I have too much coffee. I need to get rid of it. Who would have ever known? Who would have ever known that someone would actually have to sell coffee because they have too much of it? That's just mind-blowing. So yeah, we're going to sell the excess coffee that we don't need here. That's so cool. I love it. A fully locally supplied, self-sufficient island that doesn't have anything else that it has to have. I wouldn't even need the other trade routes coming down with the building materials because I could make that stuff locally as well. It's just, it takes so much time to build that stuff up, and I'm kind of, trying to do this in a hurry. Now, there are a couple of caveats to the self-sufficiency thing.
Fresh produce is running dreadfully low.
The 4-poster bed, if I was to do this, because I want to reduce spectacles and light bulbs, I would have to bring that stuff over. Okay. Now, you could supply this locally by putting in maybe the banker's lamp or the writing desk either. Maybe the writing desk. You could do the banker's lamp if you wanted. That's if you want to do shopping arcades. You could do the banker's lamp, and even though we can't produce brass locally, we could use this item right here. Belinda, San Pedro, and replace the brass with just iron. The only problem is you would have to boost your output of iron. Same thing for these. Like I want to do the fish and chips right here, and I want to do a banana surprise over here to reduce coffee, chocolate, and champagne consumption. Again, can't do this stuff locally, but it's not really required. I don't have to do that stuff. It's just something I want to do. But our base old world populations are being locally supplied. I think that's really, really nice, and I'm kind of happy with how this city is starting to look. It's kind of like a crazy just a reminder of how simple the cities used to look. I mean, how flat and how low. There wasn't much to them, you know. They're very flat. And then, you know, you pop over here and you look at what we've got now with High Life, and you have like massive skylines with skyscrapers. It's a very jarring difference between how the game looked before the end of season 3 and how it looks now. It's really, really interesting. I find it kind of neat, the progression of how the game has evolved over time and kind of what we've got going on these days with it. So from here, probably just going to pretty much play by myself now, and I'm going to finish off this island on my own time. We'll come back at the beginning of the next episode and we'll take a look at it. Just like how I did with Concerne over here. I finished the city off by myself and showed you the end result at the beginning, at the start of the preceding episode. And I'm going to do that the same thing with here with Monet. I'll just finish it off. I may do a little stream or something and show it off. Finish it off on a stream. I don't know. We'll just kind of finish the city and have some fun with it. But this was just a way I wanted to show you guys how you could do a self-sufficient city in the late game once you have access to all kinds of stuff. Maybe you're just tired of dealing with trade routes. You don't want to have trade routes all over the place. You just want a nice island that can take care of itself, that just works. It just works by itself, and it's really, really nice. You can make really nice, pretty islands with this. I can't wait to finish this off and have my farmland right over in these areas. Lots of farmland right here. A small port hub maybe right here, almost like it's its own little port town. A handful of engineers, some artisans over here. Just a nice little port town, separated by farmland from the big city up here. And I guess the last thing I really want to do is I want to color all this stuff in with some different looks here. We go all brick. You know, we don't really have a colorful island. Let's go crazy colorful here. Ooh, what happened? I lost them all. There it goes. I was like, what happened to my city? Let's see how wacky this is going to look. Let's even do all the workers. I actually really like the colorful skins for the workers, and especially the farmers. The farmers with the colorful skin just look so good. Big, bright, colorful city. Kind of fun. Just don't know if I like the colorful for those. Nightlife is not bad, actually. Now maybe we'll do that. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the colorful on those. We'll do nightlife. I like the dark green roofs. There we go. There's a nice colorful skyline right there that will soon be completely filled in with a nice big city on it. The city's got 22,000 people on it. We'll compare that to Concerne over here that actually only has 10,000 on this little island. So even with our handful of skyscrapers here, yeah, this much larger island has double the population, and I'm still not even done with it. So guys, that's going to be it for me for this little episode right here, just to finish off our self-sustaining island stuff. Next, we're going to be heading over to Crown Falls, and we'll take a look at some stuff that I've been doing on stream. If you have been missing out on those streams over on Twitch, you'll get to see what I've been up to over there. And we are going to get back to boosting our population on up and trying to, I want to go ahead and get past the 300,000 mark and start working our way up a little bit closer to 500,000. So with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.